You know, social media has given everyone a voice, but it's also something where we are taking our news in these little tiny 3-second bites. As long as it takes you to scroll through a picture or to look at a short video, that's how we're taking in our news. And I think one of the dangers of that is the unintended consequences that come from the reaction that we expected to make, the quick like or the quick comment or the quick call to action where we go and we vote on something. Very often we're just getting a snapshot in time of what the real issue is, and we're not taking enough time to educate ourselves on what we're really voting on. So what I'm referring to here is this huge anti-hunting movement with regard to charismatic species, and in particular lion. A few years ago, I don't need to remind everybody, the whole Cecil the lion thing blew up. One of the biggest viral things that has ever happened on social media. Following that, there were some very big anti-hunting, anti-lion hunting specific groups that came from that, and they lobbied very hard to have the import of lion trophies into the United States stopped. That law was passed and there was a ban on importing lion trophies. What then happened as a result of that is a lot of outfitters, particularly across countries like Tanzania, that were custodians of millions and millions of acres of wild habitat, and also, by the way, that were having to uphold a very small quota and very legal, ethical, responsible hunting. Those people saw their businesses going broke because Americans were not coming to hunt lions there. So the world cheered and the world celebrated that there was a win for the anti-hunters because less lions were going to be killed by trophy hunters. But a lion in Tanzania generates about $140,000, and the business model had been created with that income in mind. Without that income, a lot of those hunting outfitters went broke. Again, shouts and cheers from the anti-hunting community. With those businesses going broke, they were forced to hand those concessions back to government because financially it didn't work anymore. The government received those concessions back and they sat empty for a few years. There was nobody doing anti-poaching, nobody maintaining the road networks or the infrastructure, and certainly nobody utilizing the land in any way. So because of pressure from the local communities, the government decided to re-gazette a lot of these giant landscapes. We're talking about 3, 4, 500,000 acres in a block, very often co-joining to make up millions of acres of wild Africa. As a result of pressure from local communities, those areas are going to be resettled. People are going to move into them. They're going to put villages there. They're going to come with their sheep and their cattle and their donkeys and their goats. They're going to put small plots of crops in there. The first lion that kills a donkey or a sheep or a cow is going to get poisoned. It's going to get killed. It's something that's threatening their very livelihood. In a very short space of time, there's going to be no lions at all. Hundreds of lions are going to die in these areas where tiny little quotas, in an area, a block of several 100,000 acres, the quota may have only been 1 or 2 lions, yet there may have been 50 or 60 or 100 lions that live there. I can guarantee you when those areas are resettled, every single lion will die. Is that something for the anti-hunters to cheer about? Is that something for the lion conservationists to cheer about? I think what we've got to look at is the unintended consequences of a quick knee-jerk reaction. Possibly hunting isn't as bad as a lot of people thought. Possibly the money that is generated by hunting truly is going back into conservation. And where lion are concerned, the habitats which are preserved by hunters' dollars are absolutely crucial, because that's a species that is declining drastically because of a loss of habitat. Just something to think about. And for those of you who want to comment, I'd love to hear what you think. Let's get some lively discussion around this, because it's a hot topic. It's a topic that very few people want to address, but I think it's a topic it's time to address. This week's going to be my lion week. We're going to be doing a lot about lions this week, and so what a great way to start this. So give me your comment. Tell me what you think about the ban of lion import trophy, the ban of importing lion trophies into North America.